Are you here to steal from me, or do we are actually asleep?
Inception is a film about a man skilled in the art of invading the dreams of others to steal their secrets, a process known as extraction. To redeem himself from his actions, this man, named Dom Cobb, must complete a dangerous mission. He needs to implant an idea into someone else's mind, known as Inception. Dreams feel real while we're in them. It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange. In the Meditations of First Philosophy, Descartes proposed the question of how do we know when we're awake or dreaming? The Cartesian project tries to identify the features or characteristics that we can enable to reality or dreaming that are susceptible to doubt. To tell dream from reality, the dreamers in Inception use personal items, which they call totems, and cannot easily be recreated or manipulated in the dream. They all know the speed it falls or moves on the real world, and if it doesn't, it proves that you're dreaming. So, the only proof between one reality and another was based mainly on physics, but Descartes proved otherwise.
Descartes asks that I'm in this place seated by the fire, clothed in a winter dressing gown, that I hold in my hands this piece of paper. When have I represented the same things to myself in a dream? He leads to think about one's own existence. This is called the cogito, also known as the foundation. So for him, the fact that he was thinking wherever he was represented reality.
You remember when you asked me to marry you?
Yes.
You said you dreamt that we'd grow old together.
But we did. We did, you don't remember. I miss you more than I can bear, but we had our time together. And I have to let you go. I have to let you go.
Hume stated that ideas came from impressions. According to Hume, impressions were just the experiences we had using our senses, while the ideas were just the memories or the faint copies of the impressions. We form perspective and complex ideas based on some of our previous experiences related to continuity, resemblance, or casuality. But what if someone inserted an idea into your subconscious? What would be the impression it originated from?
Descartes states that he could only trust on clear and distinct ideas, the ones you could find the root of. If you couldn't, you could be dealing with one of the evil genius tricks. He said there could be an evil genius who manipulated our senses and logic. Ultimately, we would consider the Inception team an evil genius. For it to be a successful Inception, they had to create an environment in which, at the end, the subject could relate all the previous experience and form the idea they wanted by itself. It was crucial that the subject believed they had come up with a synthetic idea, but to dream all by itself. This way, he could be able to find the root of it, and even from the impression of the moment, the dream create an idea.
We conclude that, for us, Descartes' skepticism is a better way for the characters to know whether they are living in a dream or in the real world. If you're living in a dream, as they mention in the movie, there is no actual beginning. If you go to the root of it, maybe by asking, how did I get here, or how did my day started, and you realize you don't remember, therefore you're living in a dream.
No. Ames, get to the antechamber now.
The characters could be able to be certain of their memories by using the cogito and rational subject. I doubt, therefore I think, and I think, therefore I am. In this movie, Cov and his wife lived in a dream for 50 years, creating the perfect world as they would imagine it. After Cov implanted the idea that they needed to wake up from this dream to reunite themselves with their family, they killed themselves. After that, when they woke up, Cov's wife was completely sure that their real life was the dream.
But if you go even further, you may use Hume's empirical ideology. You can also prove in which world you are living in by looking into previous places and see if they are exactly the same as in your memories. But even then, we return to Descartes, as the way we could be certain of our memories is by using the cogito and the rational subject. I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am.
There is a scene in Mombasa that the actors were with the chemist, and they had like a basement where lots of people were connected to a machine to share a dream together. But as they do it every day, the dream becomes their reality and reality becomes their dream. For the film watcher, it is hard to detect whether the dreamers are or not dreaming. It is true that there is some surreal in their dream scenes, which may or may be not aware of, but in general, it is almost impossible to determine if it is not reality. Another theory that we can relate to this film is Plato's theory of the real and the sensible world. The dreamers create a copy of their real world. That is the sensible world. For example, the scene of the carpet.
The film takes us to the nature of dreaming, experiencing surreal and bizarre things for us, the multiple layers, and how infinite our subconscious is. Sometimes dreams appear more real than what we consider the real world. So this movie shows us that we can all choose our own reality. It is actually where our mind and thoughts are, the one in which our impressions form the most and best ideas.